Konnichiwa and welcome everybody back to Chrono Reviews. And this time it's another Jurassic Park collectible, and it's something very special. And as you can see, the camera is far away from the desk, and that's because this huge box needs to fit into view. And this is Chronicle Collectibles life-size 1:1 scale Compsognathus from the Lost World. And this one is, it was a little while since it was released, but since I couldn't afford it then, I did their smart solution of monthly payment. So I paid this for 3 months time, and then it arrived. And I must say, this box is huge and it's super cool. I mean, this artwork here, there's pictures of the Compsognathus, and it says engine on the side, and on the top it says Chronicle Collectibles, and on the side here it says Compsognathus Maquette, and some information from the Lost World on the Compsognathus. And on the back here you can see there's a Compsognathus, and there's Dieter Stark fleeing from the Compsognathus in the movie. And on the last side it says The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Now this is probably my most exclusive and expensive figure ever so far. And it will probably take quite some time before I order something this expensive again. But it feels nice to just get something really exclusive, especially when it's a franchise you've been a fan of since your childhood and you really need something special on your display shelf. And I couldn't really pass up on this one. Especially, no, maybe they will run out before I can afford it. But then I noticed there's split up payment method you can get. So you can buy basically over 3 months, 6 months, 10 months. So if it's something really expensive and you really still want it, split it up for 10 months. Sure, you need to wait for 10 months. But in the end you get what you wanted, and you secure it by placing the order. So that means you will not miss it out, and I think it's worth it for that fact. And the Compsognathus is iconic. I mean, it's cool and iconic, but the reason also why I wanted to get it was because it was, at least what they stated, it's made from, or based on, I think made from, the original molds from Stan Winston's studio, so it's a pretty much 100% accurate figure from the movie, and that makes it even more special. Having a life-size dinosaur, sure, a small one, but a life-size at your home as a centerpiece display piece. What could be better than that? Well, I think I also noted or read at the information about it that the artist who painted it in the studio was part of the painting process for those collectible figures too. And I'm really excited to open this thing up, so without further ado, that's what I'm going to do. Alright, here we have it, the Compsognathus from Chronicle Collectibles, all opened up and placed on his base. Basically, there was metal rods or pegs from the legs down that you push down, but I didn't want to do it on camera because you need to be really careful, because those are, I think, polystone, or what is called maquettes. They are very fragile, so like a hard push and it can crack. I mean, if you drop this it will break so badly. And those are, I'm not sure why they choose this material on expensive statues and stuff. Sideshow does, most of them does, but I mean, I don't know why they choose this, because it's so sensitive material. It looks good, but I mean, it's sensitive. It's very fragile, so be super careful with those. You will not want to drop it. But this base in itself is really, it's super heavy. I mean, it will not tip over for anything. And there's metal pegs down the feet, so I'm not sure, but I hope that it's reinforced with metal inside the legs, because That way it will not, like, if you like push it by accident, it will not crack here, I hope. Same with the arms. I really hope they are wired, and the neck and tail. I'm not going to test that principle because you really don't want to test that. It's a too large risk. But looking at this, it looks quite amazing. I mean, it looks realistic. I mean, if you look really close, you can see it's a paint job, of course. It's not like up close. It may not be screen realistic, but it's a super good paint job for a figure. I mean, this is an extremely expensive one, and you really want this to have quality, and it delivers quality. As far as I can tell, it's totally screen accurate, so I suppose it's made from the original molds. Maybe some minor wrinkles and detailing are a little bit flatter than the actual one, but maybe the recasting did not catch the same level of detail in polystone as it does in latex. I'm not 100% sure. I will not judge that right now, but it's, as far as I can tell, it's exactly identical to the screen. And the paint job, it is in fact really good. Nicely toned, airbrush I suppose. Very nice small spots and a lot of details. I will not be able to complain on the paint job really. This one is, I mean, owning this thing, it's like, wow. It's super detailed and super accurate. And the base is nice too. I mean, it says The Lost World here. It's like a bronze plate. It's not made from actual metal, but it's nicely painted. And this is, there's some stones here. I think it's supposed to resemble the beach where they first appeared, or maybe ground inside the jungle. I'm not 100% sure, but it's really nice. I mean, and looking at the underside, I mean, like here you can see The Lost World, Chronicle, 1:1 scale Compsognathus, and I got number 178. They are numbered, individually numbered. Here's a close-up of the logo on the base. I think it looks pretty nice. And then we can see the details on the legs. You can see how nicely toned and smooth the paint job is. It is expected for this price. I mean, you would not want to pay that much for something that's sloppy. And I think it's pretty much accurate to what we see in the movie. Let's turn this thing so it gets better light in the face. There we have the head. And the eyes are glossy and sort of metallic red. I'm not 100% sure if metallic red was the correct choice. Maybe a little bit more toned red effect and gloss, but I still like it. It looks great still. The only thing I think could be cooler with this one is that if the mouth were slightly opened and there was like rows of individual teeth, like on the Reborn Velociraptor, with this slightly transparent plastic, white plastic that looks like actual teeth. I mean, if this one had that, it would be so perfect. But it doesn't. I can live with that. It's still a super cool collectible, but I mean, it would be cool if it had. The skin is just so nice. I mean, it feels so great owning this figure. I mean, it's a few months since the release, but it was well worth the waiting. And having this now, it feels like the perfect time to be a Jurassic Park fan. Chronicle is releasing a huge lot of nice collectibles. I will not be able to afford anything more from them for a really great while, but sometime maybe something more from them. Maybe something from Fallen Kingdom, a Carnotaurus, maybe I would love that, but for now I can't afford anything more this expensive, and this will do as a perfect main attraction in my Jurassic Park collectible. Now the hardest part will be arranging a really nice display for this one. Maybe some plastic plants around it, and maybe even a display sign saying Compsognathus with the skull silhouette, like the original park, what's to say, information plates on each creature from the original park, like the Dilophosaurus and those things, having one of those like beside it, and then some bushes, like plastic. You can buy plastic plants and stuff. I mean, you can do a really nice display with this figure. Maybe even photo shoot it outside, just for the sake of realism. Outdoors, if you dare take it outdoors, it would make great photos. It really would. And I'm repeating myself a lot, but this feels so great owning this thing. I mean, Jurassic Park is my childhood, and I remember watching The Lost World when I was really little in the cinema. I mean, I had to have my parents with me there, but I was able to see The Lost World, and it was like the best thing happening right then. It was super cool, and I really loved the copies. The first thing I did when I got home from after watching it in the cinema, I made a cardboard copy, and I covered it with a skin made from green sections from plastic bags we had. I mean, I made a copy because I wanted the copy to play with, and I made it life size. Probably this size, maybe a bit smaller because I compared it to myself, and I was small myself since I was a kid, of course. But you know, the love for this franchise and owning something like this suddenly, suddenly I own something really exclusive. This is like more exclusive than anything I own in my figure collection. I mean, sure, Insane Blackrock Shooter Figma was very overpriced for a Figma, and it was very exclusive for what it was, but this is my first Polystone Maquette, my first really exclusive figure, and this one, there's no regrets, only love. I mean, if you can afford something like this, especially this Compsognathus, this compy it's very well worth it. I highly recommend it. I mean, any Jurassic Park fan should want this in their collection. I was sad when I couldn't afford it until I noticed the option for split up payment, and that saved the day, because yes, I can get my compy. I have to wait, but I can get it. And I still got it before the Fallen Kingdom premiere, so I'm happy. And this one, it really hypes me more for seeing, because I know they are in the movie. Maybe just a minor part, but they are in it. I've seen it in the trailer. Even if it's minor, they're still there, and here we have it. A Compsognathus taken straight out of The Lost World. The original mold and the original paint artist was part of the painting process, as far as I read, and that makes it something special. It's a screen accurate Compsognathus in my home, ready to be placed on my shelf. And enough rambling about how happy I am over this. The paint job is top notch, the sculpture is, well, it's screen accurate. I can't really judge any sculpting when it's done from the original mold, except that it's awesome. It's great that they did this, because, I mean, this was unexpected. Chronicle Collectibles came quickly into my life when a friend, a very good friend of mine, a Jurassic Park enthusiast like myself, recommended me to check out Chronicle Collectibles because they do screen accurate dinosaurs. I hoped they would be more affordable, like action figures, but they were more exclusive figures. But in any case, I need to thank him for recommending it to me. I probably wouldn't have came into contact with them if it wasn't for him, and I'm really thankful for that. Thank you, my good sir. And I'm now a super happy guy owning this Compsognathus. So if you can afford it, buy it. I mean, really, buy it if you can afford it. It will look great as a centerpiece collectible. For any Jurassic Park fan. Is it together with your toys, other action figures, or other Chronicle collectibles figures? Anything, this one is awesome and I highly recommend it. And this is just one of many Jurassic Park related reviews this spring in relation to the new movie and the upcoming hype and the reawakened interest for the franchise that have been waking up over the past years since Jurassic World. So expect more Jurassic Park on my channel. Well, not only, I will still collect and review anime figures, so don't fear it. Don't be scared if you prefer my anime reviews. I will mix in both, and anime is still my main collecting, so stay tuned for anything. That's all I'm saying. And if you like Jurassic Park reviews, now is the time to enjoy them. So until next time, I hope you really enjoyed this review and how much I love this figure, and until next time, take care. Sayonara.